Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about energy and energy production. But today we're going to do it a little bit different. We're going to talk about it from a different perspective. You know, when people talk about the infrastructure required to switch over to renewables, people normally advocate for it through the lens of the environment. You know, because it seems like witnessing ecological disaster after ecological disaster would be enough to shift people's opinions, but here we are watching another one off the coast of California and nobody really cares because we're just used to it, right? So we're going to use a different framing. We're going to talk about money, the almighty dollar, because that's really what motivates people in the United States. It's part of our character. We will always do the right thing as soon as we figure out a way to profit off of it. What if I told you that it was cheaper to put in solar to serve an area than it was to, say, install a new gas or coal-fired plant? Because it is. That's true. And the costs are getting less constantly. They're constantly dropping because it's a new technology, new innovations come along, so they can make the components less expensive. They can make them last longer. The innovations lower the cost. Oxford just released a study, and it showed that while everybody kind of predicted that, they grossly underestimated how much costs would be reduced. So, when you're looking at it from that standpoint, it just stands to reason it is now less expensive to put the plants in, to put the equipment in. And it's, kind of obvious it's going to be less expensive to run because it doesn't cost anything to get the sun where it does to get coal or gas. So the overhead's less. That would get passed on to you, the consumer. Your bill would go down, right? But what's happening instead? A bunch of politicians have convinced people to prop up a failing, dying industry. It's antiquated. But they use your tax dollars to subsidize it. So you can pay more through your bills. That's what's occurring. If you take the environmental stuff out of it, I know a whole lot of people don't want to be tree huggers or whatever, right? If you take that out of it, it's still better because it is less expensive. It is more reliable. If you do not care about the world you are leaving behind and you only care about yourself, well, you probably should care about your bank account. That's probably the type of person you are. Right now, because a bunch of politicians are invested in the supply side of what these plants need, they're invested in coal, they're invested in gas. They don't want to get rid of it. They subsidize keeping these industries up, propping them up so they can continue to make money. And they do that at your expense. If you don't care about the environment, understand the infrastructure that would allow us to switch over to renewables would save trillions. Trillions. That's what the report from Oxford says. They've consistently underestimated how much it would save. So, you are no longer destroying the environment because it's cheaper. It's not. You're destroying the environment so some politician in D.C. can rip you off. That's what it boils down to. That's why fossil fuels still have your support, because it's really important to you that these politicians are able to continue to make money with their stock portfolio. Has nothing to do with reaching back and yearning for a forgotten time, nostalgia. The way we did it in the past was better. It's not that you were tricked via the culture war. It's that you're really concerned about your senator stock portfolio. And that's why you're willing to use your tax dollars to subsidize an industry and then pay that industry more than you would. Anyway, It's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.